What's up, everybody? Glad to be bringing you yet another G.I. Joe classified review. Today's classified figure was one that I wasn't going to pick up at first. It was an Amazon exclusive. It was a deluxe figure, and I decided I didn't want it. But of course, FOMO kicks in. I decided I needed it, and it came up on Amazon yesterday, and I was able to have it overnight shipped. And what figure am I talking about? Of course, I'm talking about the G.I. Joe classified Kamakura. Let's talk about it. So, like I mentioned, I was interested in getting the Kamakura figure after all. Purchased it, overnight shipping, showed up at my doorstep at 7 a.m. this morning. And I was out doing some errands earlier, and I got to thinking about it, because Kamakura is a character you may or may not know much about. Kamakura showed up in the Devil's Due Publishing G.I. Joe series. That was after a Real American Hero that went through Marvel Comics. And in that, Kamakura is Sean Wilson? Sean Collins. Sean Collins. I think that's right. I'll have to look it up. But anyway, Sean was the son of a former LRRP member from Snake Eyes' tour in Vietnam. And that was Wade Collins, I believe. And so anyway, he became part of a new team in the Devil's Due Publishing that was after G.I. Joe was deactivated and yada, yada, yada. He wound up becoming the apprentice of Snake Eyes in that continuity. However, whenever IDW took over and they continued where Marvel left off, they completely erased Kamakura. He no longer exists as Sean. No longer exists as Kamakura. He now exists as Snake Eyes. Yeah, he exists as Snake Eyes. I was going to say Snake Eyes V2, but I guess it is kind of V2 or V3, depending on how you look on it. If you follow the IDW run of G.I. Joe, A Real American Hero, it's super confusing. They basically killed the original Snake Eyes, and then his brain got transferred into... I can't think of her name. It'll come to me. There's basically two Snake Eyes now. There's the female Snake Eyes, Dawn Morano, something like that. Tell me in the comments, I can't remember who it is. But Dawn has the brain of Snake Eyes as well as her own, so she has two minds, essentially. And then G.I. Joe didn't want Cobra to know that the original Snake Eyes had died, so Sean Collins from the IDW series became Snake Eyes. So there's two Snake Eyes in the IDW universe right now, a female and a male. I actually like Dawn's character. I think she's pretty cool. Even with the dual personality kind of thing, or Snake Eyes memories. I'm not a huge fan of having Sean just be Snake Eyes. I mean, they even had him get his face burned up and can't talk anymore. So it was weird. I know a lot of people like Larry Hama, that is. But that's where I think that G.I. Joe kind of jumped the shark with IDW. But anyway, that's not the point. What the point is today is we're going to talk about Kamakura, the G.I. Joe classified action figure, and we're going to see what this guy's all about and if he's worth that price point or not. So let's get to talking about the action figure. Okay, here he is, Kamakura from Devil's Due Publishing, at least that incarnation of him. This is my first figure, singles figure, in the new windowless packaging. This is the first one I've had, so let's just take a look at it. We've got the cover art. A little weird looking. I think it's kind of funny having him attacking all these Cobra Troopers. But at the same time, a little too cartoony for me. And then on the side, of course, you have him with his mask on and his Arashikage tattoo. This is number 61 in the series. Again, by end of 2023, there is supposed to be 100 classified figures, so I think that's a slam dunk from Hasbro's perspective. That in the matter of approximately 3 years, they've managed to get 100 figures out, or plan on getting 100 figures out. Ages 4+. It's got the hang tag up here. I've already showed you that art. On the back, we get what is supposed to be in the package. Now, I know a lot of people are worried about, is the stuff actually in it? So you have to open up, you have to check. I understand that completely. Since this is an Amazon exclusive, I'm not too worried about it being, broken into. As far as I know, my box is sealed up everywhere. I don't see anything that shows it's been opened previously. But yeah, and down here you get his little file card information that honestly none of us care about. And it's also on the other side, number 61. And yeah, so there it is. Let's go ahead and break him out of that prison and see what it's all about. Okay, so here we go. This is the Amazon exclusive Kamakura, and this is what he looks like directly out of the package. His accessories came in one of these foot lockers that has his name on it. The foot lockers are kind of cool. But yeah, so this is the base figure. I've got the accessories off to the side. Of course, with the figure, we've got pinless joints all around. And I think, you know, one of the reasons this figure is probably a little more expensive than most others is it's got a lot of new parts, which is always fun because when we can kind of theorize about what we're going to see next. Like, for example, I believe this is Storm Shadow's torso. This is a new head sculpt. It is not the Storm Shadow head, I don't believe. You know, we can check that theory out real quick. I actually just got a Storm Shadow in the mail today. So let's go look if that Storm Shadow head is the same or not. I apologize for walking so far away from the camera. Okay, just to confirm, not the same head. There you go. Similar, but no. So we have a new head sculpt, and really, we got the new head sculpt. We have new forearms, new hands. That belt might even be new. The like I said, the top is definitely Storm Shadow. I'm just comparing real quick. The top is definitely Storm Shadow. It looks like the belts. Oh man, it's so sorry. I'm pulling it off camera because it's hard to. They are the same belt. Sorry, it was just kind of hard to tell in the package. Same belt for both figures. Legs are different. These got a little more of a poofiness to them. Is that a technical way to say that? And then, of course, we've got new knees, new shin armor, new feet altogether. And I don't know about you guys, but just looking at this, as a betting person, I would take any bet that this is going to come back to us in 2023 as Slice, because this is easily a repaint to make Slice from Cobra. All you'd have to do is repaint him red and slap on a new head, and you're done. And redeco him. I mean, get rid of the Arasakage tattoo. Oh, interesting. Those, I can't tell if those are supposed to be, these elbows are really, look at that. Look at the elbow flesh. That's really, I can't tell if that's cool or disgusting. But yeah, it's interesting. But back to the comment about this being Slice. This is going to come back as Slice. Oh, those are also, I think, new feet. They might be Storm Shadows. I don't know. But either way, this is going to be a Slice in 2023. I would bet $100 on it. If anybody wants to take me up on that offer, drop a comment, and I will happily take that up against you, that this body will be used for Slice. Probably entirely. Or at least 90% of it. So, we've got the base figure. He comes with some accessories, and this is where we're going to have to decide, is this a $35 figure versus a $25 figure? So I think the first big thing, obviously, is you get a second head. You get the unmasked Sean Collins head. And it's a nice head sculpt. Really, you could pop this on anybody. When I look at this head sculpt, the first person I see is Mercer. I don't know about you guys, but I see Mercer, the former Cobra turned G.I. Joe. Former Viper turned G.I. Joe. So you could easily pop this head probably on a Cobra Viper or on a Cobra Trooper and, you know, make a custom figure. I like it, though. It's definitely reminiscent of the Devil's Due version of Kamakura. I don't remember what he looks like, what Sean Collins looks like in IDW. I don't remember if he's red hair or what he is. Like I said, he winds up becoming Snake Eyes and gets his face burned off, so I guess it really doesn't matter in that case. But yeah, so this is the first major accessory you get that could possibly constitute a deluxe figure. Outside of that, we get a few things for his outfit, and you get the neckerchief and the hood, which Kamakura does wear a hood. Sometimes he has it up, sometimes he has it down. So they provided both, and of course we've had this neckerchief with a number of figures. This hood is just a direct copy of the Storm Shadow hood, just in a grayish black tone. So we have those, setting them off to the side. We have his backpack for his swords. Nothing too special about that. Just plugs directly into his back. Comes with a hand knife. Nothing too special. We've seen that before. Comes with a pistol. Nice. Magazine does not come out of it. Comes with an Uzi. So if you... basically, he like I said, he was Snake Eye's apprentice in Devil's Due, so he's kind of ninja commando all the way. So he uses both weapons, edged weapons, and handguns and submachine gun. He also comes with this little, this came with Storm Shadow too, just that little ribbon tying thing that goes on his hip. Don't know what to call it, to be honest. So just comes in his green. And then he comes with a few accessories. One is this, I don't know what the proper name of it. It's essentially a bow staff with blades at each end. If you know the name, please let me know. Correct me. I always like to learn new things. And then he comes with essentially the same weapon split in two. So evidently they couldn't make the other weapon where it actually just, came apart, which you think would be fairly simple. But instead they just redid it as two separate pieces. That's kind of a head scratcher for me. But if you want to see kind of what it looks like, and then it's got this little, I'm not really sure why they couldn't have just done that as a, well, here, let's just compare it real quick and see. So there's one end of the staff, and I mean, you guys tell me, it looks exactly the same. Just don't know why not sure why they did that, but okay. And then finally he comes with two katanas. One that has a little bit of green in the hilt, like a little wrap, and then one that's the exact same size without any green. As a matter of fact, I guess they are two different designs. As you can see in the wrap, they are slightly different, but they are the same length. One's just more curved than the other. So, okay. So, if I were to put all these accessories out, and I'm going to gear him up here in a second, just to kind of let you see what you get in this package versus just when you look on the back. So I'm going to turn the camera down a little bit so you can see all the stuff he comes with. And I'm going to let you be the judge. Drop a comment. Tell me what you think. Is this worth what you've seen so far before I gear him up? Is this worth $35 as an exclusive figure to Amazon? Now, okay, here we go. Gun and his knife. So, if we were to typically get a G.I. Joe, like I just did my review on Outback, he came with a backpack. He came with an assault rifle. He came with a knife. He came with a flashlight. He came with a shovel. And if you wanted to count the web gear he was wearing, he came with that too. Can't remember if he came with a pistol too. So he came with 7 accessories, so to speak. So, 7 accessories. This Kamakura comes with, if we just count it out, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 accessories versus 7. Now, obviously, they reuse accessories. The Snake Eyes gun's the same, or the Kamakura Uzi's the same as the one that comes with Snake Eyes. So, but this is 13 accessories versus a normal figure that has 7. And we could argue it either way. We could argue, yes, it's more exclusive because it costs more because they made a whole new mold versus Outback that was about 50% already have been made and used versus this is the first time we're seeing a lot of this figure, at least from the torso down or from the legs down and from the arms and the head. We actually get 2 new head sculpts. So the argument can be made, there's where your deluxeness comes in. But let's go ahead and gear him up real quick and we'll just do this on the fly. So this plugs in right here. Well, that's a whole piece of web right there. I didn't realize that, like web gear. Okay, there's that. Plug this onto his back. And if we want him to wear his hood and his neckerchief, my Kamakura, by the way, is like got a slightly off to the side neck. Noticed that earlier. So put the neckerchief on him. Put his head back on him. Put the hood on him, which I thought would simply... Oh, Mark's feeling dumb today, guys. I feel dumb every day, but... So, how do we do this? We do it like that. Oops, got to put the neckerchief back on. Should be like a drinking game. Every time Mark says neckerchief, take a shot. All right. There we go. I'm not sure I'm a big fan of that, but there it is. We can put his swords in his backpack. We can put a... Let's see, again, I mentioned this, and this isn't as bad, but he doesn't have two trigger hands, or at least not really, so we can give him the short sword or the bow. We can give him the Uzi in the other hand, and these super pliable fingers. He is not practicing good handgun safety or gun safety in general. So let me adjust the camera so it's a little more straight. And I'll move these gently out of the way for now. So there we go. You got your Kamakura all geared up. Like I said, I'm not a big fan of the hood. And I will take this off of him. We'll put the other head on, see what it looks like. You know, again, this is a figure that you might not want in your collection. Let's take this off. You might be like me and not want it, then you want it because you have FOMO. But I can say, I mean, unless you just want another ninja, or you know, just are a completist, I don't see a reason to get him. I mean, I don't know. It's not a bad figure. I do not have that head on all the way. Keep waiting for it to pop in, and it's not doing it. I think he actually looks better without the mask, to be honest. What do you guys think? Masked, unmasked. I actually kind of like the unmasked better. I think that's how I'll display him. I could use that other head for some random ninja. But I also kind of want to use that on a Viper and see what it looks like. But there we go. Kamakura, Sean Collins from originally Devil's Due. And this is the Devil's Due interpretation of him, Kamakura. I guess if you ever actually wanted to have a Sean Collins from IDW, you just grab a Snake Eyes figure and you're pretty much good to go. But drop a comment. If you've made it this far, like the video. I'll have some more reviews coming up this week. I've got Python Patrol Bat coming in soon. I think it shipped yesterday. So I'll do a review on that once it comes in. And yeah, if I don't have a video up before Thanksgiving, I wish you and yours a happy Thanksgiving. Try to get some relaxation in, and we'll talk soon. See you later.